It seems as though I have adopted a uniform here. It's the funniest thing to open my closet and choose something or intend to choose something to create these videos and finding my hand reaching for this same blouse. I'm going with it because I don't mind, but it's really interesting. So anyway, to the topic at hand, one of the questions that I was asked from my email list is, are there extraterrestrials, aliens, living among us? And if are they inhabiting humans? And if they are living here, whether or not they're inhabiting humans, what is their purpose? And it's a juicy question, and one I hadn't really given much thought about. Um, except for something that came up earlier this week. And yeah, just an interesting correlation that will require another video. So I'll address that at another time. But just a little a little note about that. It's, it's a deeper conversation. So anyway, to the question at hand, I'm going to open up my channel for the OE, and which I'm actively doing right now as I'm talking to you, and let them speak to this and see what comes up. Okay. All right. So are there extraterrestrials, off-worlders living on Earth at this time? Yes. Yes, there are. What about, are there extraterrestrials, off-worlders inhabiting human bodies at this time? And the answer to that is almost. What we mean by this is it is not as though they have taken up full residency in human bodies. However, they are using some of those bodies for their own purposes. And so it is what you might call a case of possession. It is not in the way that is happening here, where Ellen's consciousness is right here while we are working through her. In the instance we speak of with the possession, the consciousness of the human is pushed out of the human, away from the human. So they do not know what is happening with their body. The extraterrestrials, off-worlders, who are doing the possession, they have motives which may not be considered helpful, may not be considered wholesome, may not be considered collaborative, co-creative. They have agendas, and those agendas are more likely than not for their own gain. Okay, in terms of off-worlders, extraterrestrials, living among humans, this is something that we feel could be reasoned with, much as ghosts, much as elementals, because they come into the earth plane, they come into the plane of existence, and they are there, and yet they are largely unseen. Could it be that, as with ghosts and elementals, they can be seen by those who are exercising their clairvoyance and other intuitive skills? Yes. What is the purpose for those beings walking the earth plane? Gathering. They are gathering information. They are gathering intelligence. They are monitoring what you could call hotspots upon the earth, those areas that are in great inflammation, be it due to human cause or natural cause. They have more interest, it could be said, in the human cause only because human causation could impact their own worlds, their own areas of the universe, of the multiverse. Okay. I mean, are we really surprised by that? I mean, I'm not. I'm not. It's a little uncomfortable thinking about the possession aspect of things. Is that something that we can protect ourselves from? Yes, I just heard awareness. And so okay, awareness of yourself, your thoughts, your alignment. If you are in a way of disassociation with your body, with yourself, if you are in disarray in terms of your overall energetic health, if you are unaware of your way of being and how it leaves you open to such things, this is a problem, you might say. Yeah. Yeah. So isn't it, I forget which of my first three videos I mentioned it's so important for us to be a student of ourselves. Because the thing is, if if we're a student of ourselves in that way, and I mean by awareness, being aware of how we feel in our body, how we're feeling in general on the day to day, mentally, emotionally, physically, then, and yes, energetically, we're going to notice if something is trying to take us over. So, so for those people who shy away from that awareness or are simply ignorant, willfully or otherwise, of that awareness, then yes, that's problematic because it is as though leaving a door open that we wouldn't want open. It's like living in the worst possible neighborhood that you could imagine, where every night houses are broken into, where every night people's space boundaries are disrespected. And even so, not locking your door, not locking your car, you know? So, so yeah. Okay. And then what we want you to understand here, insofar as the off-worlders who are taking measurement here, who are walking among you, between you, even through you, much as the ghost, much as the elemental. You want to be aware that they are seeking help in terms of Earth's needs. They want to avoid catastrophe. And so they being here, monitoring, watching, observing, experiencing in some way, this gives them more information. This gives them more intelligence that they can then share and perhaps avoid catastrophe. Yes, this is one of those instances where I'm reminded, even though I really don't need the reminder, that we are not alone in this universe, that we aren't the only sentient beings inhabiting a planet or some other framework of existence in this universe. And so what happens on Earth matters beyond Earth. I mean, it's the same thing with us. What happens with us, what happens around us in our immediate little corner of the world has an impact on the rest of the world. There's always a ripple. There's always a ripple. Wow, that's so interesting. Okay. Anything else to say about this? Yes. And so we encourage you, those of you who have the willingness, the capacity, choose the ability to be able to see beings which are not of the human sort, not of the physical sort upon Earth, to pay attention to when you are noticing other energies around you. Inquire, check in. Are these energies of Earth or of off Earth? And perhaps discover more. Perhaps begin a relationship that will expand upon the work to help Earth be in health, to help Earth continue its evolution. Yeah, and they're really simplifying things. I mean, we humans are really good at overcomplicating things, right? Because I listened to what they said and I was thinking, yeah, but there's more to it than that, because creating that sort of a relationship, if you're guided to that, is also going to help those who live on Earth, right? Humans, animals, insects, everybody. So, yeah, so that's an interesting invitation. Or, if you don't feel comfortable or confident doing it yourself, then maybe you can find groups who are doing that and participate. It would be really interesting, wouldn't it? So, yeah, anything else about this topic at all? Anything else? No. Okay, so I'll let that go there for now. And I guess that's all I have to say. Thanks so much for watching.